Hello, everyone. This is Jazz Sherman Radio. It's the Follow Your Dream Show. I'm your host, Jazz Sherman, and today our topic is what are your setbacks? And this is a perfect topic since I've had so many setbacks, even with recording this video. I've recorded this video several times, and the computer has been acting up. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into this. First off, I'm adding a new segment or something new to the show, and it's quote of the day. And the quote of the day is going to relate to the topic. Today's topic is what are your setbacks? So we're gonna have an intro quote and we're gonna have an outro quote. So the intro quote is, it's by Helen Keller. It's be of good cheer. Do not think of today's failures, but of the success that may come tomorrow. You have set yourselves a difficult task, but you will succeed if you persevere, and you will find a joy in overcoming obstacles. Remember, no effort that we make to attain something beautiful is ever lost. And that was from Helen Keller, y'all. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into the entertainment current events. Alright, so first off, it's the actress, civil rights activist, widow of Ossie Davis. It's Ruby Dee. She had her funeral on Saturday. She finally has been laid to rest after, I believe, 3 months. I don't know if that is definitely not common. I've never heard of it. Let me know down in the comments if you have heard of it. I thought that was very odd. I actually thought they had her funeral this past summer, so to find out that she's just not having her funeral was pretty shocking to me. So if you've heard of something like that before, let me know. I have to look that up, and maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow, because since I haven't done this show in a while, I forgot to mention I will be doing this show 5 times this week. So make it more of a habit, okay? So next is there's a new Richard Pryor movie biopic coming out. And, people have been talking about it for a few years. I've heard rumors that Nick Cannon was supposed to play, and Marlon Wayans was supposed to play Richard Pryor. And now it has come out that Mike Epps will be playing the role of Richard Pryor. And I think that's a great role for Mike Epps. He needs more serious roles. Everybody, first they used to typecast him, but even in Sparkle, he had a more serious role, and I think he would do great. He just needs to make this his breakout role. Like, this should be like his Ray for him. I hope that he takes it and he blows it up and he explodes with it. Alright, so have you heard of the iCloud hacking? I'm sure many of you have heard iCloud hacking. They had hacked, and basically they were targeting celebrities, their nudes. That's what they wanted to do. I guess they got a lot of money off of it, probably selling it to media takeout. But really, y'all, if you want to make some money, have some morals with it. Like, you really gonna violate somebody's privacy just to make a buck? Like, stand for something. That it wasn't right, okay? So before, it was Jill Scott and Jennifer Lawrence and I guess Vanessa Hudgens. They had put these news out, and now there are new victims. It's like they're waiting every couple of weeks to put more stuff out. Now it's Gabrielle Union and Kim K, and I just heard even Megan Good is a victim of iCloud. And these ladies feel violated. Gabrielle Union said she feels violated. That was basically a moment or something that she was trying to share between her and her husband, and it wasn't for the world to see. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, this will get resolved. People will stop hacking people's things, and hopefully people be more careful, especially celebrities, about taking nudes of themselves and definitely keeping it in their phone. But it's an unfortunate situation. I hope that they can move on from it. Alright, so business and music industry news. So I'm sure everyone has heard about Apple releasing the new iPhone 6 and how people wait in line forever to get this phone, not even knowing really if they're gonna get it. Some people did not get the new iPhone 6. Some people tried to pre-order it, they couldn't get it. They had a clip where this guy was the first customer to buy an iPhone 6, and as soon as he put it out on the camera, he dropped it. And everybody was behind him like, relax, people, okay? They act like he dropped the baby Jesus or something. It's gonna be okay. It was fine. It did not crack. I know people hate to hear that. Alright, so now the iPhone 6 has a new app to it, and it's called Health Kick. It's a it's a healthcare kit or whatever on the phone. It can supposedly save your life. What you do is, you know how some people have, I've never heard of it till now, ice in their phone, which is supposed to be in case of emergency numbers. But the thing is, if your phone has a lock on it, nobody can call. If you're out of it, nobody can use your phone, or a stranger or anything that's trying to help you. They can't use your phone. So now what they're doing, they basically have it in case of emergency, but you don't need the password to the phone, and it also has, your birthday information, your medical history, just all the information needed for somebody that is about to get admitted to the hospital, or for somebody that is on the ambulance or something. So I think it's great. I know Apple has to always blow people's minds every time they release a new iPhone or whatever they put out. They have to always step it up. Matter of fact, if you haven't watched the movie Jobs with Steve Jobs, of course, the founder of Apple, you should watch it. It's a great movie. It just gives you more understanding on everything and how he created it. It's very interesting. You should watch it. Alright, so next is Candy Burris. For those who may not know, Candy Burris is from Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she's the former member of Escape. She's a songwriter. She wrote songs like No Scrub and songs for Destiny's Child and NSYNC and a bunch of people. Well, she had a tour called she had a play called A Mother's Love that she started here in Atlanta last Thanksgiving. And this year she was trying to take it on the road. She set it up where it would be a 30-city tour. She hired a promoter to set everything up. And after just one show, the tour is canceled. It seems like nobody's buying the tickets to come out and see the shows. So they had to cancel things, not only because of that, because how the promoter set it up with people buying tickets, nobody could get paid now, including the trucking company that the promoter had, hired to move all of the crew's things and their belongings, equipment, all that. Even the promoter had made the band bring their own equipment. The band wanted the promoters to bring their equipment, but to use their equipment, but the band ended up talking them into using their own personal equipment, and now that stuff is all lost on the track that was moving this stuff, because the trucking company is not going to give anyone their money, anyone their things, until they get paid, because they already had an outstanding balance with the promoter. So that's a setback for Candy. She looks like she's already working on it. Saw a clip of her and her manager, not her manager, her and her lawyer, and he's in town and they gonna work on some things, and I hope everybody can be satisfied. I'm sure promoters are not going to be satisfied, but it's a setback she'll probably get through. It's an unfortunate situation. She was following her dreams, and stuff happens. That's what setbacks are. Most of the time, it's unexpected things that just happen. It's just challenges in life. We have to get through it. And if you want to, I end up reading that story on funky.neva.com. If you want to go in there and read it, because funky.neva was also in the play. It was, Candy also announced some of it on her Instagram, saying that the tour was canceled. If you want to read more about that, if you're more interested in something like that, then you can go ahead and go on funky.neva.com, or you can go on Candy's Facebook or Instagram and check it out. It's an unfortunate situation. People just lost their job. They had that set up for 3 months. So pray for those people, okay? But it's a part of the business. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose some. So we just gonna keep on. Alright, so now we're going into the topic. It's, what are your setbacks? I want you to really ask yourself, what are your setbacks, okay? I'm going to start talking about some of my setbacks. Alright, so first off, I've had so many setbacks. So many things, but I really try not to dwell on them. I try to realize what happened, what I can do better, so I can, basically learn from it, and just try not to the same thing that happened again. For example, with this radio show, it brought on so many setbacks, so many challenges. I first wanted this radio show to be in like a studio or an office or something where there were other hosts. Okay? I wanted to not just be me, and eventually I would get there where there are other hosts, and that there are a producer, and there are, engineers and editors and marketing people. I wanted all of that. I wanted a place where I could do it from. Not only that, I could have artists or business people every week come on my show, promote their business, promote their artists, and prove their talents. Give them a spotlight. And I cannot raise the funds to do that. So what I'm doing is I'm starting out small in my house, in my little office, and I'm just trying to start out small and continue to grow. I'm using a webcam right now to start with this. Eventually it will grow. Eventually I will start putting music on this show. Website is under construction. There are so many setbacks, I promise you. I had this big production in my mind and on paper of what I wanted to do, but it just didn't happen that way, and that's fine, because I'm gonna work through it anyways. Okay, I'm determined to work through it. So another setback of mine was me moving to Georgia. For those that may not know, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. And I moved down here to Georgia almost 2 years ago by myself at the age of 21. And I moved to Marietta. Marietta is a city outside of Atlanta, Metro Atlanta, whatever. But me being from Cleveland, I figured just another suburb. But it's not the same thing. One, I did not drive, didn't have a license. I was trapped in a place where I didn't know anybody in the city. I didn't have a car to get around. I didn't have any buses to take there. I thought at least was on a bus line. Come to find out that the bus line had shut down. I was stuck. I felt like I was so trapped in Marietta. And I couldn't do what I wanted to do. I moved down to Atlanta so I could work on my business, so I can work on songwriting, so I could work on so many things. And I just felt so trapped when I realized I was stuck in a place in Marietta, which I was on a lease. Okay? And if you can, do not do leases. Alright? If you can, buying a house is a better investment. Okay? Alright. But I felt like I was so trapped. And then this lease, it was like I couldn't get out of it, you know? And then I finally got out of it, and eventually I moved to Atlanta. And things are better now. I have more access to things. Feel like I was in Marietta where basically around nothing. I had to walk 20, 30 minutes just to get to the store. Like I just wasn't used to it. It took me a while to adjust, but now I'm starting to get things. Now things are starting to pick up. And another, setback, when I was going to move out of Marietta, I started to look up different songwriting workshops. Early last year, I met Candy, and I asked her to be my mentor, but she said that basically that she didn't have the time to devote to mentoring because she was too busy, which was true. She was shooting a show, and not only that, she was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and basically touring and doing all kind of stuff with her bedroom Candy, all kind of stuff. So I didn't blame her for that, but I tried. I at least patted myself on the back for trying. Going out there and trying and actually asking her. I'm a very shy person, so asking her was big for me. Okay, and that's something I probably will never forget. So, it was a music company. I will not say what music company. A lot of songwriters and a lot of publishers are signed to this music company. And they were supposedly having a songwriting workshop. They have them in like New York and Nashville, LA. I asked them, will they be having a songwriting workshop in Atlanta? Now they actually have, an office and things in Atlanta. So they said, yes, they would have a songwriting in Atlanta, but it would probably be sometime in the fall. And they didn't have it on the calendar, on the website, or anything like that. They just told me to keep calling back. I kept calling back. I had to end up going to Cleveland to, get some medical things done and, mouth problems or whatever. And I kept calling. They said, call back. We should have something in October. Just keep calling or whatever. Keep checking the calendar. Kept calling, kept emailing, kept checking the calendar. Nothing. Finally, I get to the fall. I said, okay, hi, when are you going to have your songwriting workshops and when is it going to start? And they said, oh, we're not having songwriting workshops here. I said, what, really? I've been calling for months and everybody's been telling me it'll start in the fall. They just didn't have a date. It'll probably start in October. And it can help me. So I was like, I have waited few months to, take this songwriting, because I couldn't sign with more than one company. I hadn't signed with them yet. I'm glad that I had waited. I hadn't signed with them yet, but I waited months to go to the songwriting workshop, and it didn't even happen. Like, I was very irritated with that. And then I'm like, okay, well, what you do next? Find you another songwriting workshop. I end up watching the interview. I watch the Breakfast Club all the time. Raheem Devine was on there, and he was talking about his album that was coming out, and he said, well, it's fine that I'm putting an album out because I have a radio show, whatever, where I have an audience from like 200 different markets listening to me. And Charlamagne was like, oh, where is that? He was like, oh, it's internet radio. And I said, great idea. Great idea. This is a great idea for me, platform for me to put out my brand different. If I want to songwrite, I'm still going to do that. I kind of put that on hold for now to get this radio show together. And I'm going to do that. It also gives me a chance to inspire people to follow their dreams. And I'm loving it. I want other hosts on there so they can have a platform to do their thing, and I want to give lots of people platforms so they can follow their dreams and give them a chance. And basically, these setbacks happen for a reason. What reason it may be, sometimes we don't figure that out till later, but they happen for a reason. If I had went to, did songwriting immediately, I may not even realize what opportunity I could have here with this internet radio show. I have the chance, and this is going to be on for years and years, this video. I have a chance to inspire people. I have the platform to encourage people to follow what they want to do, what they love. And I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. So them setbacks, honey, thank you for them. I thank God for them because it's giving me more opportunities. They say when one door closes, another one opens. I see that. I truly do. I'm glad to have this platform of my own radio show. It may not be on the airways, but that's fine. Okay, that just means that I have more opportunity to do what I want to do without having restrictions and guidelines on me. Okay? This was truly a blessing, and I want you to look at your setback and really see the blessing in it. Okay? Because what they are for is just to learn from them. You don't sit there and dwell forever on your setbacks. It's definitely an inconvenience. Sometimes when you're looking at it, it's devastating sometimes. But it's a reason for it. It's a purpose. And better things are going to happen. So just look at it. Recognize the blessing. Get your lesson from it. And move on. Move on. And do better things. Okay? I'm happy. I may not be exactly where I want to be in life, but I'm where I need to be in life. And I'm going to continue to keep working to get where I want to be. Alright, so that's the important thing. With this radio show, for me to get into the mindset or trying to even work through the setbacks with illnesses and and all kind of things that came up with this. I'm going to try to make it every day this week instead of just Mondays because it's supposed to be on Mondays.